She believes in use and throw, so I blocked her Netflix. My roommate Jess has this crazy habit of basically treating me like her personal butler. She'll use my stuff without asking, borrow my clothes and return them dirty, eat my food, and then act like it's no big deal because we're roommates. The Netflix thing started 6 months ago when she moved in. She asked if she could use my account just until she got her own subscription set up. Fine, whatever. One person sharing Netflix isn't gonna kill me. But then weeks went by and she never got her own account. I noticed she was watching literally all day. Like I'd come home from work and she'd be binge watching some reality show. I'd want to watch something and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm in the middle of this season, can you wait?" in my own apartment, using my account that I pay for. But the thing that really pissed me off happened last Tuesday. I had been looking forward to watching the new season of this show I'd been following for months. I got home, opened Netflix, and got that stupid message that too many people were using the account. She was watching on her phone, her laptop, and had given my login to her boyfriend Kyle, who was streaming at his place. When I asked her about it, she just shrugged and said, "You weren't using it anyway." I told her Kyle needed to get off my account, and she rolled her eyes like I was being dramatic. She said I was being selfish over just Netflix, and that sharing was what roommates do. That weekend I went to grab some of my leftover pizza and found she'd eaten it all. Then I saw her wearing my favorite hoodie that I'd been looking for. When I asked for it back, she said, "Relax, I'll wash it eventually." That's when I realized she literally sees me as her personal resource bank. She treats everything I own like it's community property, but gets super weird if I even touch her stuff. Like I borrowed her phone charger once when mine broke and she freaked out saying I should have asked first. The double standard was insane, so I decided to teach her about boundaries the hard way. I logged into my Netflix account and changed the password. Then I removed all the devices except my own TV and laptop. I didn't tell her I was doing it. About an hour later, I heard her yelling from her room about Netflix not working. She came stomping out asking what happened. I just looked up from my laptop where I was happily watching my show and said, "Oh, weird, must be a technical issue." She spent 20 minutes trying to log back in before giving up. The next morning, she asked if I could help her figure out the Netflix problem. I told her I'd look into it but never did anything. For 3 days, she kept complaining about Netflix being broken. She even called their customer service and spent an hour on hold. I almost felt bad watching her struggle until I remembered how she'd treated my stuff for months. Finally, on Thursday, she directly asked me for the new password. I told her she could get her own account since she uses it more than me anyway. She got super mad and said I was being petty. I reminded her that she called me selfish for not wanting to share with her boyfriend. So clearly she thought everyone should pay for their own stuff. She tried arguing that it was different because we're roommates, but I pointed out that roommates don't usually share subscription services unless they both pay for them. I offered to split the cost if she wanted to keep using it, but she said that was ridiculous since I was already paying anyway. The best part was watching her try to mooch off other people's accounts. She asked basically everyone we knew if she could use their Netflix. Most people said no or gave her some excuse. Kyle's account apparently only had like 2 shows she actually wanted to watch. She finally broke down and got her own subscription after 2 weeks.